I am Dr. Christian Chika Ono. I'm a lecturer, I'm a media practitioner, I'm a theater person, I'm a writer, and I'm also an actor.
So you started your career in the industry from NTA. Can you tell us a little bit about this?
Yeah, when I graduated, I read English.
Okay.
That was my first degree at the University of Nigeria in Nsukka.
Okay.
I then got into NTA, and there I became a producer. And during that time, I learned the rudiments and art of filmmaking through the television medium because I worked purely on location with little or no knowledge about studio recording because I came straight into the television industry and was shifted straight to location. So I didn't have much of studio experience, which was actually easier than the location. So I learned how to use the ENG camera
Camera, yes.
to take many shots, just one camera to shoot a
To
whole
shoot a
movie.
movie. But did you have any, professional training on the
No,
job?
it was on the job. It was purely on the job, and particularly to be very emphatic on Cockrell Dawn.
Okay, so you
The
were one of
television,
these
yeah.
producers
I
on.
was I was I was an actor. I played the role of Alabi,
Oh
Uncle
my,
Gaga's friend
oh
in
my
Cockrell
God,
Dawn,
oh my
and I
God.
was also the production manager since I was an NTS staff of the when the other the early production manager left, I took over the production.
So that was in Jos back then.
Yes, we are now in Jos, and this was around 1980, 1981, 1982, after graduation, first degree.
That's interesting. So, what were the initial challenges? I mean, I'm thinking of a rookie graduate just coming to, such a very huge production because it had a lot of impact on the viewers.
Yeah, Cochrane Dawn was one of the projects set up by the director general, that's Afon Agoro, and it had an agrarian
Feel to it, yeah, the
tilt,
theme, yes,
tilt.
yeah,
So when I got to Jos, they had already started. In
okay,
fact, they were about ending the first 13 episodes.
episodes.
And it's significant to know that they were not shooting on video. They were not shooting with the ENG camera.
Oh,
They
really?
were shooting on celluloid on 16 mm.
That's
I
interesting.
just met the end of that shoot. After the shoot, we came back. We had to go back, but we couldn't continue on that medium. And that was when we now reverted to the ENG camera, which we now used in continuing the production.
So the
So the
transition
first 13 episodes
episodes was
of
on
Cochrane
celluloid.
Dawn was on
On
16
celluloid.
mm.
That's kind of interesting. So the transition from celluloid to the ENG camera, were there challenges? Was it seamless?
I didn't witness it so much, so it didn't make much impact on me. It was just, I was just fascinated with the directorial approaches,
Approaches.
the slate, the calling of the scene and the clapper and all those. Those were there, which of course we carried over to the
To the
ENG
ENG.
recording. So
Yeah.
we still use clapper board and all
Clapper.
those things in order to remove sound from audio when you are in the editing
So did,
stage.
did, you- did you participate in any other uh, major production in 90 while you were in 90?
Wow. After Cochrane done, I came back. I didn't stay till the end of Cochrane done. They already had some logistic problems in NTA.
In 90.
So I was withdrawn from the program, even though I was an actor. So, but television being what it is, they had to shoot most of my scenes, seeing that I was leaving, going back to the station. From there, and I was now taken to Mirror in the Sun in Badagry.
Another big one.
Yes. So I was
That's
going to
interesting.
go there to infuse both discipline, creativity, and of course, good living among the artists because there were a lot of things that needed some regularization. And I was actually drafted to go and do it. So I came in from there, went to Badagry and started shooting Mirror in
Mirror
the
in the
Sun.
sun.
took the program to the end. I had about 6 or 7 episodes to take it because already the program itself had problems with Lola
Funny
Fanikayode.
Kayode.
They didn't seem to have agreed. So I came in there and managed to write. I wrote, I also directed, and I had a producer anyway. And that was how we ended the program before I returned back to base.
So this,
When I came back to base, I
yeah,
did a lot of office from one department to
to
another
another.
because that was my first experience. Because I was barely 2 months old in NTA when I was drafted to Jos to do location production. I
Production
didn't enjoy studio training.
training.
So
So
when I came back, that was when I started visiting from one office, research and production project, until I finally started shooting telemovies.
that's
This was what I was shooting from telemovies, and how we drew and went straight into scripting because they were having a problem. People were not interested in
interesting.
that section
Yeah,
because it can be very arduous, it can be very trying, and it takes a lot of intellectual energy
energy.
to be in
Yes.
the script unit. So we were very few. Everybody was dodging the script unit. I went there and I became a controller. I was handling, that was why I had Key Division 101.
Yeah.
That was when I had Tales by Moonlight.
Tears by Moonlight. Yes.
Before I finally went into telemovies. So I was writing and at the same time directing the telemovies. But we were scripting and giving the scripts to producers, especially the junior ones and the females who were handling K Division 101 and Tales by Moonlight.
That's kind of. I mean, you had a very interesting, very challenging anyway,
Yes,
and I
certainly.
mean, and that must have entailed a lot of hard work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and of course, interest.
interest.
I really
Yes.
loved what I was doing. I didn't so much see it as it was something because I've always had that flame for the motion picture right from childhood. So it wasn't so much of a this, it was an excitement which I really valued.
So, how did you transition to um, Nollywood?
Fine. Now I told you that when I was there, I was moving from one section to
To
another.
another, yes.
So in as much as I was doing telemovies, I was still in the office. In fact, I got to research and production or research and
Production.
section. I was there. I was there doing my work. We were in charge of festivals. We were in charge of so many things because I'd been project. I'd been in research and production, something like that. And then I got information. My phone rang. I picked up the call. The man said, introduced himself. We spoke. The phone rang again. And then my boss asked me, who is this
So
person who
yes.
has been? I said, it's one man. I don't know him. He is asking me to come to his office that he has a production for me. I said, I don't think I am that we have a I said, Madam, we have a lot to do. We are preparing for Otna.
Hmm.
We are preparing for this. We have not done anything. And moreover, even the money for this was signed in my name. If it comes out, how are you going to do? The man said, please go and know why they are calling you first. This man has disturbed my phone because mine is an extension, so it is our own that rings. So this man has disturbed me with 3 consecutive calls. So I went into the vehicle, into my car, drove off, went straight to the man. I got to the man, I saw him. It was then he told me, have I heard of living in bondage? I said, I don't have not. I've not. He said, well, he now gave me one VHS cassette, said I should hold it, but meanwhile that he would like me to direct the second part of the movie. I said, okay. Since my boss had sent me, he said, yes, I said, yes, everything was yes, yes, I've heard you. So I left. Came back to the office the next day. My boss said, how did it go? I said, I went now. I saw, see the result. I gave my boss the tape. He slotted it into his own machine. in the our own machine in the office, and we started watching 3 hours. This woman was concentrating and watching this part one with me. After that, I said, Madam, we are through now. So what is the
What
next
is the
thing?
next thing?
Asked him, what did you people agree? He said I should come and do the part two. But I can't, we have a lot. He said, you are going to do it.
Hmm.
I said,
What a good boss.
I'm telling you, he said, you are going to do it. That he knows, he drives past this office. When he goes, that I should go and do it and stop being very selfish. I said, Madam, it's not that I have been on location for long. I needed rest to come to the office and push pen like you people. He said, go and do this for you. I said, how can the money for the edit? He said, no. He said, when last did you go on your annual leave?
Hmm.
I said, last year. So he said, so you have not gone on leave for 2 years. So I don't want to see you here tomorrow. Go and put up here, write your leave this thing and leave. Use their leave period and do this film for this man. Wow. I said, okay. So what about the money for the ordinary and all those
Hmm.
pros? He said, well, don't worry, I know your office. When the money is out from the cash office, I will call you, come and withdraw it, and I'll use it for the purpose. That was how I left for. So I drove back to the office the next day and told the man, well, I have gone through it. I've seen this, I've seen this, I've seen this. And we started discussing. So he was trying to talk on terms that he has said about me, that he doesn't know me. I said, how much, you know what you did with the person who paid you this thing. I'm not here to argue with you. Let us go and work. Forget the money first. Let
Hmm.
us go and do the work.
Hmm.
So I was on leave. So I was trying to meet up the 1 month to use it and do
Until
the shooting and every other thing. As luck would have it, we finished.
in 1 month.
We under 1 month. We finished under 1 month. So I went back to NTA. No, we finished and even started editing.
Editing.
We started editing. So as we were editing, we finished the editing. As soon as I finished the editing, I disappeared. I never went back to that studio because my leave period was 6 months, 6 weeks.
Okay.
I went back to work. I didn't ask them. I didn't remember the office again or what was done, what I had done. I would continue. One said, "Oh, come, how did you do?" I said, "We finished editing this film. We've handed the master to him." He said to the man. He said, "Okay." So we continued working. Then I returned. I drove in one day because my family is not there. It's not with me. I saw some money. How much was it then? 1,000 something or so. 200 should be. Yeah. He said, I called my cousin. What is this money doing on the television, chef? He said, that he mentioned the people that they brought this thing, that they saw one movie on the screen and they saw my name on it. So then that this thing brought this amount. Say please that they need 5 cassettes of the movie so that they can play it on their own VHS machine and watch. That I did it. I said, now wow. I collected the money, put him. The next day I took off to the office that I had not gone since.
In a long time.
Fine, and that was where the drama started. When I reached the office, I packed, went up, it's a high rise, got there. As soon as I opened the entrance into the corridor of the listing, I saw multitude of people. Who are these? They are marketers from Onitsha, from all over the place, all in Lagos,
Because
probably
of the
for this
movie.
movie. So I stood there. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to go about it. So I stayed. After some time, I went nearer. I greeted them. I said, please, no vex. I have this amount. Can you give me 5 copies of this movie so that I can take it and run away? The man looked, the typical Igbo man, the typical Onitsha, insulting human being. He sized me. He said, come on, will you get out of this place? I said,
He
we are
didn't
not
know you.
quarreling. He said, we are not quarreling. I'm just asking you to help me. As he was said, his colleague, the other person said, spoke in Igbo. What is that person talking? He said, don't mind this idiot. At the supper, I never get the number where I want carry go begin go on it. Somebody want shot my ration. Say make I find tape for am. So, so they started talking. As they were not talking, the door opened, the other door opened, and my Ken Nebue came out. When Ken Nebue came out, he noticed that there was noise everywhere, but he saw me. Immediately he saw me. He said, "My director!" He
And then
came
we
and hugged
praise
me.
you.
And immediately he hugged me. I see the pin. Everywhere grew quiet. The noise suddenly stopped. Everybody was confused. No more noise. My director. Then he held on to me. The marketers were all looking. Then he released. He himself got confused. Why did the noise stop? These people are noisy naturally. What must have stopped, made them stop? So he looked. He didn't show. He said, "My brothers," he called them. "This is the man who made the film the people are looking for." Especially the one who insulted me.
Insulted you
Felt
earlier.
so bad, felt so remorseful because they now queued up and everybody, "You did this? Now you do this in Igbo and everything."
They started
Handshake,
shaking hands with you.
handshake, handshake, handshake. I said, "Yes, he's the man." After that, I went in with Tenebwe into the office. When I went in, he said, "Sit down." He said, "You finish film, you run
We,
away. You don't even want to
nobody
know
even
what,
know.
you don't even care to know that." I said, "What was our agreement? I finished my film, my leave period is over. I've gone back to work now. What else do you want me
And
to
you
do?"
didn't even ask for
For
money.
money. That was he even said, "Your money, your fee, you didn't even ask." I said, "I asked you what you paid the other man. You told me." I went back and asked him. I said, because I told him, "Tell me, I will go and ask him." You know, he's my colleague in NTA. Chris is my colleague in
Yeah.
NTA. So he said he knows that. I said, "I've asked me." So I knew the pride, I knew the amount. He now drew a whole box of cassettes, 10 in each, VHS. He put it on the table. He said, "We have made it." And I'm very happy with, everybody is happy with what's up, what the movie. So he said, "Now take five, give to your parents. I know your wife is not around. You did this. Take the five, give to those people who take your money. I don't need the money. And when you are going, pass the cash office and collect your fee." I said, I did go. I'm already late to work. I entered the cash office and the amount was double what we bargained. You don't talk ill of anybody. Say the truth. That was why I told them yesterday. Say, you are here to take the truth and to hear it from the horse's mouth. Nobody should deceive you. Anybody who now disputes what you are saying, let him come and tell us if he was present when it happened. After the bondage too, and it became a hit, they started probing to know who
Who
did
did
it.
it?
But
Yes.
the person who did it was not prepared to expose himself because I worked under illegality. It was private practice.
Yeah.
If NTA knows, I'll be in trouble. I could be sacked. So I wasn't ready to even make noise. But the marketers, they can be very dogged. They started tracing. They went to Dumota, went to this thing. Where is the house of that man? Knowing they went to even Nebwe. Nebwe was not ready to tell
Of
him where
course.
I live.
You,
You
you,
see,
you,
that's
you
market.
yeah.
That's
That's
me,
business.
business. That's business. Until one person now, they managed to see one person who brought them to my place. And that was how I started. Before they could do any other thing, Nebwe had engaged me in another film, Glamour Girls.
So you
So I directed
directed Glamour
Glamour
Girls.
Girls, True Confession, Karishika, Samadora, Okwach. I've directed over 100 Nollywood movies.
Wow.
Yes. So we started, that was how I started with directing movies.
Moses.
I directed for about 5 years. I think I was taking that risk because I was in scripting and I knew how to maneuver my
Man,
way.
yeah, you
I
can
have
write
a
at home.
workshop in
Yeah.
three. No, I do script. My boss gives us script workshop. I had left research and this
Yes.
thing and come to scripts.
Strictly strict.
Scripts. So I had all the time. I could take off. When the seminar, I could organize a seminar for scripting. And I know my system. By the time I organize my script writers, I will have about 10 scripts in under 2 weeks because I know the good writers. I engage them. I give them their allowance. I don't organize any workshop. because I know they're capable writers. We just brainstorm and get the whole idea, the
Yeah.
synopsis, and all that. We just go ahead and they do. So by the time I'll submit my script in 2, 3 days after workshop, when I submit about 6 or 7 scripts, my boss will say, "How
How
do you
did you
do
do
this?
it?
Others will do workshop. They will come end up with 3 scripts. How do you do it?" Well, I say, "Oh, that be no side people, man. A remote. If I do like this, it's as good as." But see, I don't understand how you work. Oh. He never knew that I had nothing like lunch break, fee for lunch. This I packed all the money and gave
Give
to
it
each
to
and
them.
every one of them. Asked them to go home, do this, and get me feedbacks. 3 days, scripts full everywhere. I submitted. My boss said, "What? How did you?" Because during one of the workshops, he wanted to come to the location
To come and
to
find
come
out.
and no,
Just to
to come
visit.
to visit
Yeah.
in one of the blocks. It's not. It's just within the premises now.
Hmm.
She said, "I said, don't come. They have gone for lunch." I told her, "Say we have closed for today. Oh. From lunch, I think they'll be going." I maneuvered her so that she will not even know that nobody came. I just picked the writers, 4 of them, had a good talk chat with them. We drew up our storyline and everything. They took off. I gave them their feeding money, gave them their allowance, transport money, which is part of the budget,
Budget,
and
yes.
they left.
Yeah.
Then each time they bring the form, they fill. Each time they brought a script, they will fill the contract form for me. Each one we fill the contract for. So they had money twice. That was
And the
the
most important
magic.
thing that the quality of the script was
Of
superb.
course, of
So
course. So
there
I
was
had
no
no
reason to
problem.
complain. Yeah.
She didn't know. She just felt I was, because we are 5. People run away from that department.
Department.
They don't want to come. So 5 of us, he knows our capability. So the others will come. They end up 3 after workshop, three scenes, 3 episodes and
Episodes.
all that. I said, "But how come you did?" I said, "Well, that's it. I understand the writers more."
Yeah.
That was how I. So I continued with that system. I was able to go on a wall, take off
Without
and go
being
without being
detected.
detected.
Yeah.
And he might know when I can go. I stay 1 week. I won't come back. As soon as I come back, say, "Madam, I went to the village. My mama know well. This wahala and I did too much." Oh." She goes, "Okay," until eventually she got to know that I was shooting movies.
Movies.
So she turned around and said, "I know you travel to go and do movie because you don't have problem. The producers are taking the scripts and going to shoot, and you are yet to organize your another workshop.
Workshop.
But my annoyance is this these tapes. You have not given me even one." I said, "Madam, you and your husband gonna get money. We're gonna go buy. If you don't buy, why will they pay me? How will they pay me?" So he said, jokingly, we said
Yeah.
it. After some time, you find that no matter envy setting, I started hearing, from colleagues, my colleagues,
Rumors and
they
complaints.
shouting my name because I was using my Christian name.
Hmm.
Yeah, hey, I left my Igbo name, including my Christian name, so they be shouting that name, that trying to expose me that I was doing this thing. So I said that it's high time I took leave. I went to my boss.